Yeah, actually, before I danced, I was a competitive gymnast. Well, I wasn't really that competitive when I was 6, but I started when I was about 3, and the reason why I started dance is because my gymnastics coach thought I should get some grace. I was very tomboy, so that's how I started dancing, and I did gymnastics competitively until I was about 12, and then I chose ballet.
Okay, and my next question would be, why did you choose ballet?
I don't know. I really don't. It was just something that seemed innately right with me. It was something that I just wanted to do every day. And I just loved performing. It just was so nice to get out and play make-believe, and then I loved all the hard work that went into it too. So,
what does it mean to be a principal dancer?
a lot of stress. No. Sometimes. I guess it's hard because, you really, all your life, you just work for, well, your young life, you work for getting a job. And I don't think I ever really considered being a principal dancer. I just wanted to dance in a company. And then when you get in the company, you see the principal dancers, and you say, that's what I want to be. And it was just a slow progression. And so to me, it just means, well, it means that I get to do bigger roles, but with that becomes greater responsibility. If you mess up in the core, it might mess up the ballet, but if you have a bad night and you're a principal, you can pretty much take down the show. So you have to be, there's a lot of responsibility with it that I didn't realize when I was younger looking at the principals. I thought it was, all roses and big bows and everybody applauding for you and standing up. I didn't really see all that work that went behind it.
And what kind of athleticism does it take?
More than people think. They did a study once, I guess, where they rated athletes a while ago, maybe 10 years ago, about what athletes take the most brunt, and I think we were third. I forget who was first, and then it was like hockey, and then it was ballet dancers. So people who don't think ballet is athletic are very sorely mistaken. They should probably come in and try a class and see what it's like.
That would be pretty interesting. And to be a principal dancer, did you have to make sacrifices?
Yeah. Dancing isn't just what you do in the studio, it's how you live your life. So I have to make sure that I stay healthy all the time. I can't just turn it off. I have to go over my choreography every night before I go to bed. I have to think about if I'm playing a character, like we did Cinderella, I go home and I think about what she would be feeling at this moment in time and how the steps that I'm doing relate to her. So it's not just doing steps, you become the character. There's a lot. And it's not just for a principal. Every dancer has to go home. You can't just turn it off. But it's a challenge,
And what steps did you have to go through in order to become a principal dancer?
It just really kind of happened. In my first company, I danced there for a very long time. I danced there 6 or 7 years before I got promoted, and they just gradually started giving me bigger and bigger parts to see if I could handle the pressure. And then a lot of people retired, and I got really lucky. I literally got thrown into the deep end in my old company. And then, I came here, and I wasn't a principal anymore. And I spent a year doing soloist roles, and I really had no intention of probably ever becoming one. I didn't think it was going to happen. And within the first couple weeks of my second season here, I got called up into the office and promoted. And a lot of it is what you bring to the table, but a lot of it is just being the right dancer that they need at the right time. So I've been very, very lucky as far as that goes. Is that it? Mm-hmm. Woohoo!
Are there any questions she didn't ask that you would want her class to know?
Oh, I don't know. Do they know how long dancers work?
No.
They don't?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, as a dancer, we have class every day, just like you, from 10:15 to 11:45, and then we work till 6:30. And we have about an hour break if we're lucky for lunch, and we do that 5 days a week. on performance weeks, we go straight through, and you'll be at the theater till 10 o'clock at night. So it's a full-time job. Anybody who thinks that you just dance, you know, and then you go to your real job, like, oh, what's your real job? That's dancing is your job. So it takes a lot of dedication.
What are the physical tolls on your body?
I've had 4 foot surgeries. Yeah, 4 foot surgeries. You're just sore a lot, you know, knees go bad, sprained ankles. I mean, really anything, blisters for your feet. You know, point shoes. You'll be looking forward to that soon. You name it. Any type of injury that you see football players, basketball players get, dancers, they get the exact same thing. It's no different. It's no different from any other sport.
And what's the lifespan of a dancer?
You know, that really depends. I've known a lot of friends who were absolutely amazing dancers. Amazing. Got into companies when they were 16, 17, burnt out in 3 years. I mean, major companies. And just, it was too much, or it came so easy for them that they were like, oh, I'm going to do something else. And then you have people like me that hang on by the skin of their teeth. But I would say the average age, if you're lucky, is about 30. And then you have to start really thinking about other things to do.
And what would be your dreams for after?
I would like to continue on with the company and become like a ballet mistress or rehearsal director. Still teach, but I love the process of rehearsing. I love like getting nitpicky, and the dancers do too. We're always starved for attention. You know, tell me what I'm doing wrong, help me be better, and so I think I would like to really get involved with that aspect of the company. But that's a definite dream. So hopefully, maybe, keep my fingers crossed. So.
And who's inspired you?
A lot of people. What?
I wish I thought of that question.
As far as dancers go, there were several dancers here when I first came that really, truly inspired me. They were just so gracious and just loved it. You could tell. And they all had their little foibles that they had to work with, but that's what inspired me even more to like them as dancers, because they weren't perfect, which I'm not perfect either, and so it really made me work hard. And a couple of my teachers growing up really, truly inspired me. One of them is in First Position, the new documentary coming out on Youth American Grand Prix. Heard her voice on the trailer, and it scared the crap out of me. But she and another teacher really, really inspired me to keep going. I think they saw promise in me when other teachers kind of went, well, she's not perfect, she doesn't have a great facility, so we're just going to push her by. I think these teachers really, took me under their wing and just let me do what I was going to do, and really worked with me. So.
What's a typical diet of a dancer?
They're all different. I mean, if you look at the younger dancers in the company, they're eating pizza and everything all night. But I just try to eat healthy. I try to not eat too much sugar, try to not have soda. Everything in moderation, just healthy. Lots of fruits and veggies and lots of protein. And then if I want a dessert, I'll have a dessert, But I just try to eat the way a healthy person should eat. So, nothing crazy.
Anything else you think of?
No.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay!
Ooh, speaking of being smart. Thank you.
Go shake her hand and give her a hug. Go thank her. Go give her a hug.